Page 16, Old Woman. Things are getting longer and more involved, and now they've added these phrase marks. So we got to talk about all that stuff. So I'll go through the process. Let's see what we end up with. I look it over. I see it's a page and a line long. I could have said it's 5 lines long. I just want an idea how long it is, that's all. Still treble and bass clefs. However, we're back to 4/4 time signature now. I see a bunch of half notes and quarter notes. I don't see any whole notes anywhere. Just half notes and quarter notes. We can handle all that, I hope. And we have these big curved lines. All right, I'll talk about those later. First, I want to get the notes and the rhythms and all. So the first measure, the thumb, remember the measure is the distance between these measure lines or bar lines. I could have said the first bar, same difference. Thumb is on G here, and I trust you know the names of the notes in the music by now. If not, please go back and review everything and do the play it and say it drill. These note names need to be automatic to you, at least on these 10 notes you're doing. Yeah, we got a lot more notes to go, so get these down. Anyway, G here, that puts the hand here. The second measure, the right hand is 5th finger here, and then we're still in C position. And I just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get the idea? Okay. You go through and play them. I already did. And then once I have that, okay, I go back over it however many times it takes slowly, and I get rid of any hesitations. So the speed is steady. And I want to be able to play this without looking at the keyboard. I want to feel where these notes are, which finger is on which key. Then once I have that, I add what's known as the articulation. Ooh, big word. The articulation in music is how you express the music, how you express what's going on. We got a lot of expressing to do. That's where these big curved lines come in. This curved line is used for a lot of different things in music, and sometimes figuring out which one it is really interesting. Right now, I can tell you these curved lines are phrase marks. They indicate the phrases. A phrase in music is a musical sentence or a musical thought. You see, we speak in sentences. I mean, it makes sense. It's a thought. And usually a little silence between the sentences. You know, maybe even take a breath between sentences. Okay, and music is sort of the same thing. It's a musical thought, and there's a little silence most of the time between them. You don't mess up the beat. The beat is steady. You're just cutting the last note a little bit short, so you're lifting up like taking a breath. So in the last measure on page 16, you're here, here, and the first measure on page 17, it's a new sentence. You're here. Well, I'm going to lift up like taking breath. Lift up. Like I'm not going to connect here, that. Lift up. So it's lift up. Then at the end of the first line on page 17, you're here. Going to the second line, it's a new sentence. I'm going to lift up. Just a little lift, not a big one. Don't get carried away. Just a little lift. Again. Okay, that's that. I'm going to do that in between each of these sentences where the curved line is above the staff like that. I'm going to lift up so we get just a little bit of silence before we go on. I don't agree with the curved lines. That's normal for me. I don't agree with much of anything. Most people don't agree on things in music, and you'll get used to it. A lot of times when they give you words, you can follow the words. Because if you're going to take a breath or some break in the words or something, you can do that in the music. And commas is one of those things. You can do that. However, if you look at the second line on page 17, the words going across used to tell me now, please. Won't you give your answers? Please do. Well, you could lift up there with the commas. So it's tell me now, please, and then won't you? But I'm going to connect that to that. Won't you give? There. So following the words, it's a little bit different. However, we'll go ahead and play it the way it's marked. And just follow the phrasing and the music as it's the sentences, or as the curved line is. Now, take a look at page 17 in the second line. At the end of the first measure going into the second measure, you have those Fs, and they have a little curved line above them. Remember I said the curved lines used for multiple things? Okay. Well, that is a tie. You're going to tie those two Fs together. In other words, you're going to play the first F and hold it down for 2 counts as though it's a half note. But it can't be a half note. That's not legal because you're only allowed 4 counts in a measure, and we've filled up the measure. So we just tie it to another note. So in the second line, we're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, tie. So I just hang on to it for 1 extra beat is all. Now you get it again toward the end of the line in the right hand. 2, 3, 4, tie. Yeah, that's all that is. So we get more of these curved lines, and they can be more than this too. So once I get the articulation under control, then I add the dynamics. F at the beginning is loud. Forte is loud, whatever you think loud is. And they don't give you anything until the third line on page 17. You get a P. For piano or soft, now you're soft. And then in the last line, you get another F. You're loud again. Okay, so I put in the dynamics. And then I add the speed. Moderately. Well, again, moderately is just in the middle. Not fast or slow, just in the middle. It's a range. It's not an exact metronome setting. It's a range. What do you feel? Depends on what time of day it is or how much coffee or wine I've had to drink or who knows what. It's just an idea of in the middle. Now, after you've learned it and you feel you can play it okay, come back, let's play it together very slowly and check that you have the right notes and rhythms. I'm not going to do the louds and softs, but I will lift up for the phrasing. So I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. 1,